Good morning, and welcome to this Memorial Day, May 26, 2025. I'm Brian Turner. I'm your Veteran Service Officer. Today, we honor all those who gave their lives and all those who have risked their lives so that our nation might remain free. And we honor, of course, all those who at this very moment, are standing watch for freedom and security of our bases across the United States and to our mission around the world. Let us remember all our heroes who have left us fighting for our country. Thank you to the brave men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice for freedom. We will now hear a selection from the Stoughton High School Band. Thank you. Dear Lord, on this Memorial Day, we are reminded of the precious gift of freedom. We thank you for the men and women who fought to secure our liberty, often at the cost of their own lives. May we never take for granted the freedom we enjoy today. Help us to be good stewards of this gift, using it to serve others and glorify you. Amen. I'd now like to present Select Board Member Deborah Roberts to read the proclamation.
Hello, everyone. Whereas while the nation was still recovering from the Civil War, people in cities and towns across the country gathered to honor the soldiers who had given their lives celebrating the first Decoration Day. And whereas after World War I, the nation came together again to honor those who had fallen in the service of their country, renamed Memorial Day. The last Monday in May is when people remember and honor the memory of all the men and women who fought and died in all American wars and conflicts. And whereas throughout the country, history, thousands of Massachusetts residents have fought in wars and conflicts to defend our safety and way of life. And whereas their legacy of patriotism and dedication to country is an inspiration to all Americans. And whereas it is appropriate that all Massachusetts residents remember the bravery of those who gave their lives so that their sacrifices serve as a reminder of the cost of our freedom. Now, therefore, I, Maura Healey, Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, do hereby proclaim May 26, 2025 to be Memorial Day, and urge all residents of the Commonwealth to take cognizance of the event and participate fittingly in its observance. Given at the Executive Chamber in Boston, this 26th day of May in the year 2025, and of the independence of the United States of America, the 145th. Signed, Maura H. Healy, our governor, Kimberly Driscoll, Lieutenant Governor, and William Francis Galvin, Secretary of the Commonwealth. God save the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Thank you.
With us today, we have State Representative Ted Phillips, Clerk of Courts Walter Timothy, Select Board Chair Steve Cavey, Select Board Vice Chair Scott Carrara, Select Board Member Joe McCrisky, Select Board Member Deborah Roberts, Town Manager Tom Coulter, Police Chief Donna McNamara, Fire Chief Mike Carroll, our police and firemen, who many are veterans themselves. Thank you for your continued service. The Stoughton High School Band and the conductor Alex Wang, the VFW and the American Legion Fire and Detail, Stoughton's Graves Officer Mike Bodette, and our Scouts and Special Olympics and the residents of the community who came out Saturday to help us reflag in the cemeteries. I would like to invite Walter Timothy up to say a few words, please.
Thank you very much, Brian, and good morning. Good morning, and right off the bat, I'd like to thank veterans here in Stoughton, our Honor Guard, our members of the VFW and the Legion. Thank you very much for what you do for each and every one of us. Thank you. It's an honor to be here today on behalf of Bill Galvin and Ted Phillips. As we gather today, we are reminded that freedom has never been free. Every headstone, every flag fluttering beside it marks a life once lived and a sacrifice freely given. Memorial Day is a solemn reminder that the liberties we enjoy were paid for with courage, blood, and too often young lives. We stand here not just to honor our fallen heroes and heroines, but to remember their stories. Today I would like to share with you the story of one such young life. Private First Class John R. Toll of the 82nd Airborne Division, the All-American Division. In September of 1944, PFC Toll and his unit were operating in the Netherlands. They had established a defensive position when they came under fierce enemy fire from the forces of Nazi Germany and their vaunted Tiger tanks and infantry that were advancing, threatening to overrun our paratroopers. Despite being only 19 years old, Toll took it upon himself to protect his unit. Armed with a rocket launcher, he left his position and took aim at the enemy. He damaged 2 tanks, forcing them to withdraw before targeting a nearby house where he eliminated 9 German soldiers attempting to regroup. Toll repositioned once again, but as he prepared to fire on another target, he was killed by a mortar shell, having single-handedly changed the course of the battle. For his extraordinary heroism, PFC John R. Toll was posthumously awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor. PFC Toll never came home. He never enjoyed the freedom he helped secure. But his actions live on in every liberty we enjoy, in every child raised in peace, in every flag flown freely. Today we remember service members like John Toll and all who followed that same path of selfless service, whether they fell on the beaches of Normandy, in the skies over the Pacific, in the jungles of Vietnam fighting communist aggression, or the sands of the Middle East, engaged in our ongoing war against the evil of global terrorism. Each and every soldier, sailor, Marine, Airman, Coast Guardsman, and National Guardsman made a choice to serve, stand fast, defend their country, and the freedoms and liberties that we all enjoy, offering their willingness to lay down their lives for something greater than themselves. In short, we are deeply in debt of our fallen Marines, Airmen, soldiers, Coast Guardsmen, and National Guardsmen, and of course sailors. We owe them our lives to be lived with both integrity and purpose. We owe them to never forget their heroism. and to never forget and to always honor our Gold Star families. As we leave here today, let us pay that debt forward. Let us continue to honor their sacrifice, not just with parades and ceremonies, which are magnificent, especially here today in the great town of Stoughton, but with character and patriotism. Let us continue to speak their names. Let us continue to care for our Gold Star families. Let us continue to demonstrate to each and to the world what it means to be a grateful American. And with that, I would like to thank our Stoughton Veterans Council, of course, our Stoughton Veterans Office with Brian and Sharon, our commanders of our posts, our select board, and of course, our police honor guard led by Chief McNamara, and our fire honor guard led by Chief Carroll and Assistant Chief Jack Maycomber, a veteran himself. Now, of course, today is not Veterans Day, but we are honored to have veterans beside us and in front of us, and we thank you for what you do each and every day to make us better as a society. Thank you all. Thank you to our marching band, and God bless our Gold Star families and our fallen heroes and heroines. Thank you.
Would like to ask Joseph McCrisky, come up, please.
Good morning, everybody. We've talked about remembering and remembering the people that have made a difference to make sure that we can wake up every morning, go to work, raise our families, provide a living, have a nice house, go on a vacation. But we never really think about what went into us being able to have that. And with the world going the way it is now, everybody sees it. Not only the people that grew up and look back at the old days and say it's not the same, but it's these youngsters out here now, members of the band, who have made their commitment to making their town better by being a part of the band and showing people the good parts of the town of Stoughton and the talent we have that lies within the town of Stoughton. But I challenge you folks in your generation, learn who these people were. World War I, World War II, Korea, Vietnam, Desert Storm, Operation Enduring Freedom, all these programs that your maybe uncles, aunts, grandparents served in, your friends, people that are graduating high school now, signing up for the military, and going to do the same thing. We are one people. The only division we have is town borders, but we cross those borders. And we're able to cross those borders because of people who came from Stoughton and fought for that freedom, to be able to do what we do every day that when we grow up, we take for granted. When we're younger, you got to learn it. Listen to your grandparents. I know there's a time you don't want to even say hello sometimes. That's Grandpa, he's going to tell me this, tell me that, but he's going to also give you some wisdom. And it's when you get older, and there's a lot of older people standing here with me now, all we are is your age. Up here, it never ages. The brain never ages, the body does. And we learn more. Listen to that guidance, listen to that. Take inspiration from the people that are in your own families or those who have served. Because the most important untold stories are the ones we don't listen to. And that goes for some of our adults that are here too. If we look, folks that are here, I see the same old faces, but we see and look around. The crowds are coming down. This street was packed with people at one time. The band was over here more because we needed room for people to stand. And our own residents are forgetting. So when we say we can't forget, when we allow them to forget, we're a part of the problem. I challenge everybody here, please try to bring as many people out. Let them know you're going to, we're having Veterans Day next. A little chillier, not like a nice day like this, but there were people that are in snow, rain, sleet, hail, in swamps, in rice paddies. They weren't thinking about that. They were thinking about just surviving and fighting for our freedom. So everybody here, we have a responsibility to make a difference. Let's see if we can leave here today with a new commitment to do just that. Thank you.
I would like to invite up Michael LaFleur, say a few words. Anybody who's not familiar with Mike, you see him running around town almost every day with the flag.
There is honestly not enough time in the day or days in the year to thank those who gave everything for our freedom. No miles ran, monuments built, or speeches given will ever amount to what they deserve. But we gather here for it's the least we can do. All across the country in small towns and communities like this, we come together on this sacred day to honor, remember, and most of all, from the bottom of our hearts, say thank you. Thank you to Medal of Honor John Bobo of Niagara Falls, New York. Thank you to Dan Bullock of Goldsboro, North Carolina. Thank you to Sharon Lane of Zanesville, Ohio. Thank you to Medal of Honor Jared Monty of Raymond. And thank you to Paul McGeckran of Stoughton. We honor you. Whether they died on the battlefields of Gettysburg, the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Vietnam, or the mountains of Afghanistan, we remember you. Whether they died in 1863, 1944, 1967, or 2006, we thank you. We thank you today, we thank you tomorrow, and we thank you as long as we shall live. We will never forget your life, service, and ultimate sacrifice.
Thank you. Now I'd like to call the Director of Veteran Services, Sharon Johnson, up for a special presentation.
Thank you, Brian. On July 29th, 2022, the Massachusetts legislature passed a bill supporting veterans and military families. As part of this bill, the Medal of Fidelity was established. This medal is presented to the next of kin of a service member or veteran who died as a result of a service-connected post-traumatic stress disorder resulting from a traumatic brain injury or a service-connected disease, condition, or injury related to exposure to harmful toxins, herbicides, agents, or other materials. This medal is to recognize our fallen loved ones and their families. Today, we recognize not all fallen veterans and all veterans. We would like to especially honor and recognize this United States Navy veteran who served during World War II, John J. Hart. He served on the USS Lewis Hancock and the USS Kangaroo. Upon his honorable discharge, he married Mary Lydon. They settled in Stoughton in 1960 and had 4 children, Pat, John, Paul, and Mary, and also 10 grandchildren and 6 great-grandchildren. Over the years, John struggled with breathing difficulty and fluid in his lungs. In the spring of 1994, he was diagnosed with mesothelioma, an aggressive lung cancer that was a direct result of asbestos exposure from the ship he served on. He underwent many procedures and treatments, but sadly lost his courageous battle with this disease when it ended and he passed in March 26, 1996. At this time, I would like his family, Nancy Rendini, the Hart and Rendini family, to step forward. To present the Medal of Fidelity to John's daughter Nancy and her family, please welcome State Representative Ted Phillips.
Thank you, Sharon, and good morning, everyone. It is a true privilege and honor to be here in order to fulfill this duty. I have a presentation, a proclamation. To all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that the Governor of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts has presented the Medal of Fidelity For storekeeper 3rd class John J. Hart, United States Navy. It is signed by Governor of the Commonwealth Maura T. Healy and signed by Major General, the Adjutant General of the Massachusetts National Guard, Gary W. Keefe. Nancy. On behalf of a grateful Commonwealth, it is my privilege and honor to present you with a Medal of Fidelity in honor of your father's service.
I would like to ask Steve Cavey to come up, please, Selectman. Sharon.
Thank you all very much. Before I begin my remarks tonight, I would actually like to begin by congratulating Sharon Johnson, our MC. She was recently recognized at our State House for the excellence of service that she provides to the veterans of the town of Stoughton. And I just would hopefully everyone will give her a round of applause for the very hard work that she does. She's a treasure, and we're very grateful to have her. Thank you. So, good morning, everybody. Thank you for gathering here today. Neighbors, veterans, families, and fellow citizens, as we pause to honor the fallen. Memorial Day is not a celebration, though we often mark it with parades and music, flags and flowers. It is a day of memory, of solemn reckoning. A day where we bear witness, not just to the cost of war, but to the lives willingly given by others so that we may be here, free and safe. As a member of the Stoughton Select Board, and as a grateful citizen, I stand before you with humility, because today is not just about us. It is not even about the veterans among us, though they too deserve our thanks. Today is about the men and women who did not come home. It is easy to think of sacrifice in abstract terms, names etched in stone, flags lowered to half-staff, the sound of taps floating across a cemetery. But the truth is more personal. Each person we remember today had a life. They had a family, they had a voice, they had a smile, they had a future. Some of them were just kids, younger than many of our children are. Some left behind spouses or infants they would never get to know. Some went missing in action and were never found. The enormity of that sacrifice should not leave us feeling comfortable. It should not allow us to pat ourselves on the back for attending a ceremony once a year. The only way to truly honor the dead is to take seriously what they did for us, what they died for, and what they died because of. They died for their country, that is true, but more precisely, they died for us. For our homes, our rights to speak freely, to vote, to worship, to raise our children without fear. And when a person gives their lives for somebody else, the obligation does not end with gratitude. It begins with responsibility. We, the ones who remain, owe a debt to the fallen. And I want to speak plainly about what that debt is. First, we have a duty to remember them. Not vaguely, not generically, but with specificity and care. To teach our children their names. To preserve their stories. To let their memories shape how we see the world. History is not just what happened. It is how we choose to live in light of what happened. Secondly, we have a duty to protect the peace that was bought with their blood. That means more than thanking a veteran at a grocery store. It means being engaged citizens, voting, listening, telling the truth, even when that's hard to do. Standing up when others won't. Peace is fragile, and freedom is not automatic. We must protect both, not only from foreign threats, but from the erosion that begins when we grow cynical and careless. Third, and perhaps most difficult, we have a duty to learn from the wars that were fought. Every war leaves behind lessons. Some are noble, about courage and unity. Others are bitter, about pride and poor leadership, about unnecessary suffering. We honor the fallen not just by praising their valor, but by demanding that we do not send future generations into avoidable conflicts. To those here today who have served in uniform, you carry a heavy burden. Survivors often speak of guilt, the pain of having come home when others did not. But you were spared for a reason. Part of that reason is to remember, to speak their names, to bear witness, and to make sure, as best we can, that their deaths were not in vain. To those who have never served, like myself, our obligation is no less serious. We do not get to outsource the responsibility of remembrance to veterans alone. We too must read their letters, visit their graves, think carefully about how we vote, how we speak about war, and how we treat those who come back from it. And we must ask questions, hard ones. Why did this person have to die? Could it have been prevented? Were the reasons just? Were the leaders wise? Were the plans sound? If the answers are troubling, and they often are, then we must have the courage to say so. Honesty is not unpatriotic. It is the beginning of wisdom, and wisdom is what prevents a war. Here in Stoughton, we are part of a long tradition of sacrifice. Our sons and daughters have served in every American conflict, from the Revolution to the present day. We are proud of them, and we mourn those who did not come back. But let our pride not blind us. Let it not keep us from asking how we as a town, as a state, a nation, can become more worthy of their sacrifice. Let's build a society in which the young are not asked to die for illusions. Let us pursue peace, not through passivity, but through strength guided by justice and restraint guided by humility. I believe that we can be that kind of people. I believe we must be that kind of people, because the cost is too high otherwise. So today, as we lower the flags and listen to the bugles, let us not only say they died for our country, let us say also, we will live for their memory. We will guard what they gave us. We will not forget. Thank you. God bless the fallen, and we may be proved worthy of their sacrifice. Thank you so much.
I would ask Mark Hausman to step up, please. He's going to read the names of the Stoughton's fallen, and Fred Vanna will be ringing the bell.
World War I. William J. Buckley.
Absent, sir.
Frederick Larson.
Absent, sir.
Burton L. Minzy.
Absent, sir.
Herbert L. Cornell.
Absent, sir.
Ralph R. Malcolm.
Absent, sir.
Michael P. Nikon.
Absent, sir.
Cornelius E. Corbett,
Absent, sir.
John E. Mara,
Absent, sir.
Michael Romanek,
Absent, sir.
George E. Flynn,
Absent, sir.
Ray Martin,
Absent, sir.
George C. Smith,
Absent, sir.
James Frazier,
Absent, sir.
James F. Marin,
Absent, sir.
Nicholas Balas,
Absent, sir.
Joseph R. Green,
Absent, sir.
John McGarvey,
Absent, sir.
Lester A. Witten,
Absent, sir.
Frank W. Kennedy,
Absent, sir.
World War II, Daniel Bento,
Absent, sir.
Kenneth P. Donahue,
Absent, sir.
Henry V. LaHoven,
Absent, sir.
William Bissett,
Absent, sir.
Thomas E. Eston,
Absent, sir.
Earl B. Leathers,
Absent, sir.
Carl W. Buschenfeld,
Absent, sir.
Anthony J. Gonzalez,
Absent, sir.
Daniel Mahoney Jr.,
Absent, sir.
Francis R. Cabral,
Absent, sir.
Samuel Gregorman,
Absent, sir.
Zygmunt Poskus,
Absent, sir.
Gerald H. Chapman,
Absent, sir.
Edward J. Gashura,
Absent, sir.
Joseph E. Smith,
Absent, sir.
Herbert J. Chipman,
Absent, sir.
Edgar A. Hallidan,
Absent, sir.
Francis J. Texera,
Absent, sir.
Robert E. Chisholm,
Absent, sir.
John J. Halloran,
Absent, sir.
Herbert Trowbridge,
Absent, sir.
Walter E. Davis,
Absent, sir.
William P. Warren,
Absent, sir.
Sidney B. Villy,
Absent, sir.
Michael F. Dean,
Absent, sir.
Alphonse Queta,
Absent, sir.
John J. Wafinski,
Absent, sir.
William L. Deedy,
Absent, sir.
Korean War, Philip C. Farnham,
Absent, sir.
John A. Leland,
Absent, sir.
Christy E. Murphy,
Absent, sir.
Vietnam, Simeon J. A. Bergeron,
Absent, sir.
William Joyce,
Absent, sir.
Kevin Clancy,
Absent, sir.
Paul McEachran,
Absent, sir.
Paul Sawanka,
Absent, sir.
Peter Mears,
Absent, sir.
Gary Guest,
Absent, sir.
Michael Schumann,
Absent, sir.
George Evans,
Absent, sir.
James G. Signet.
Absent, sir.
Thank you.
Decorating detail.
Detail. Attend. Hut. Detail. Present. Punch.
Honor God, prepare to honor the dead.
Detail. Present. Halt.
We'll now have the national anthem played by the Stoughton High School Band.
Order, up. Now the national anthem. Freeze, up. Order, up.
Thank you. The parade will now reform and proceed to Faxon Park.